gentlemen, welcome to the Ghost Recon tutorial. Today I will be tackling movement in particular. That way, everyone can be on their way and have a nice, good, fun Ghost Recon experience. I know this game has been out a long time, so I'm not going to go over weapons because that's very easy to find. If you want me to, I will put up another tutorial. We just call it part 2, and then I can talk about gun setups. But right now, we're going to go over the movement in this game, because the movement in Ghost Recon is second to none. You really won't find this in any other game besides maybe Gears of War. You're going to be able to use these moves that I show you aggressively, defensively. All of these will help your playstyle just tremendously. I promise you, if you use them in conjunction with how you play, you'll be just flying around the map. Now, I'm going to really just go right in here. We're going to go right into the deep end. So if you're kind of a noob at Ghost Recon, that's perfectly fine. But, pause the video at certain times if you need to so you can learn everything you need to learn. I don't expect everyone to be able to follow this, right as I'm saying it. So, we're going to talk about cover swapping first. Cover swapping is probably the most important move that I could show you, maybe the second most important. And you can see cover swapping is very easy. You hold down the A button, you go from cover to cover, very simple. But what I figured out is that, and other players have as well, you can actually move your camera while cover swapping. What this allows you to do is you can actually get really crazy kills while you're running in an opposite direction. So I can cover swap, stop where I'm doing, and then boom, kill a guy. And this will make you, get accused of having an aimbot because it looks like you're not even aiming at the guy and then you just immediately stop and just dominate him. And that's never fun. But the way that you do this is you have to actually hold your controller a little differently than the norm. So if you're going to try to do this, you have to hold your controller in what they term clawing. You have to claw your controller. The way to do that is if you're looking at your controller right now, if you don't have it, I advise you to pick it up, pause the video and go pick it up. Put your pointer finger on the A button, put your thumb on the joystick. You need 2 fingers for this to work, because you can't just use your thumb to press the A button and then press, the joystick. It just doesn't work that way. The A button has to be held down while you're moving your joystick. It may feel really weird, but I promise you this will help you out so much no matter what game you're playing, whether it be Halo or Call of Duty or whatever, because you can jump in the air in Halo or Call of Duty, and then you can start aiming while you're pressing the A button. It's very, very helpful. I encourage everybody to do this. It works on the Xbox One as well. So, that covers cover swapping. And by the way, we're going to actually, as this progresses, we're going to start to chain together moves. So you're going to be able to chain together almost everything that I'm about to show you, almost like you're playing a Street Fighter and comboing moves together. It's very cool. Next up, we're going to talk about rolling. Rolling is a very simple concept. You roll and you kill a guy. If you don't know how to do it, all you do is you hold left or right on your left joystick and then hold B, and then you roll. And you can actually start shooting your gun before you hit the ground. A lot of people don't know that. You can start shooting while you're flying through the air, and you can actually kill a guy before your roll even finishes. So this makes you incredibly deadly on the battlefield. Now, the other aspect of rolling that people really don't understand is that you can actually roll from being prone to rolling back up. So you can kind of do this weird double whammy roll. And it's much more effective because you roll, and then you roll back up, and you're very, very accurate. Now, the way to do this is very specific. I don't know why the game designers did this, but once you roll, you have to shoot your gun. Once you shoot your gun, then you can roll back up the way I just showed you. So you roll, shoot your gun, and then hold left or right on the left joystick, and then you can roll back up. And you hold B as well. So roll, left or right on the joystick, and then hold B. And I'm not the best at it either, but you can see it's so helpful, man. It's so good. So easy to get out of, combat just using that little simple move. Now that is going to cover rolling, and that should be super effective. Now we're going to start to chain together these moves a little bit, so don't be too scared. We can actually cover swap and roll at the same time, so you can see how that works. I can fake a guy out, I can start running one way, roll the other, and then boom, he's done. Now, some of you guys have asked me, how do you do 180 rolls where you can actually flip yourself in the air and then kill a guy? So let's say, there's a guy behind me. I can actually roll in the air and then land on the opposite direction. It's very cool stuff. And all you have to do, again, you're going to have to hold your controller the way I showed you with your pointer finger on the A button and your thumb on the joystick. You may not have to, but it definitely makes it a lot easier. if you want to practice this, start off easy and then, raise the difficulty a little bit. Start spinning around in circles like I'm showing you. My sensitivity is very high, so it actually kind of messes me up a little bit, but start spinning around in circles. As you're spinning around in circles, hold the B button down and you'll start rolling. And then you can, just whip it really quickly and then roll in the opposite direction. And my sensitivity is also very high. If your sensitivity is not high enough, then you won't be able to do this move. So, if you have a high sensitivity, this game definitely rewards you and makes the skill gap huge. And it's awesome. I love it. Now, the next move that I'm going to show you is called speed bursting. It's really weird because I don't want to say I invented the move. I guess I found it out accidentally one night. But, I coined it double tapping and everyone else called it speed bursting. So, it is what it is. Anyway, all you have to do is, you can fly around cover very, very quickly. And the way to do that is you just look at a corner as you're walking towards it. You have to look at it diagonally. You can't do this straight on. You cannot do this straight on. I repeat, you cannot speed burst straight on. You have to be doing this diagonally. Double tap A and you're good to go. I think you can even do it while you're L triggering. Boom. Very easy to do. Now, all you have to do, double tap the A button and you're just flying around cover. Super simple. Double tap A while walking at it. Now, if you want to understand what this is, I'm actually canceling out an animation. So I hit cover, and then I hold forward on my joystick, and then I press A. Now, if you speed that animation up a lot and you cancel out a few things, then it turns into a speed burst. Makes the skill gap huge. I don't think the developers intentionally put it in the game. It might be a glitch, but I don't care because it makes the game so much more fun, makes it more fast-paced. I hope the developers understand that this type of stuff, these little glitches, make the game so competitive and so fun. I really hope that they understand that, and if they don't, then I don't know, man. I think they might need a reality check. But, for the most part, these developers did a great job with the game. Now, that speed burst is great, and you can actually roll and hit the speed burst at the same time, and you can really just chain all these moves together. So let's just go over that real quick. I can cover swap, and then I can roll and cancel out the roll, and I can speed burst. You may be saying, whoa, how did you do that? Well, don't worry, we'll get into that. Now, the next move that you need to know after speed bursting is how to go from prone to cover immediately. All right, this is where, this is kind of the bread and butter move, this B and A move, you'll see. So, normally when you're prone and you try and hit cover, it goes very, very slowly. You see, just like that, it's super slow, and chances are that you'll die when you try and do this. It's not very helpful. But while you're prone on the ground, again, this has to do with canceling out animations. If you press B and press A, you'll slide into cover, right? Well, you can do that even quicker by just pressing B and A. So you can go from prone to cover very, very quickly. Now, this is where it's going to start to get crazy. This is where you can actually roll and then cancel out the roll. So we can just take the next logical progression of this, and I can roll and then press B and A and hit cover. You can do that even faster. You can roll and then hit B and A and hit cover. So you can cancel out your roll while you're flying through the air. And then, once you master that, you can roll, cancel it out, and then speed burst. And that's where it gets really, really crazy and really, really fun. So you can see just like that, you roll, cancel the cover, and then speed burst. So if we're going to go over the button combination that it requires to do that, all you need to do is roll, which is holding left on the joystick and pressing B and holding B, then pressing B and A, and then double tapping A. So it's like B, B, A, A, pretty much. I mean, you hold B, and then you just slam the A button down. That's really all you got to do. If you really want to condense it down into easy knowledge, hold B, and then slam the A button at a corner. Just keep slamming the A button, man. Just tap it like 5 times if you have to. That's what I do. I don't really worry about how many times I have to push the A button. I just press the A button like 6 times, and then it works. So it's really, really cool when you can string all these moves together. So I can cover swap, I can hit this dude, and then I can roll. Oh, well, look, see, I already messed it up. See, I'm not the best at this stuff. Well, I have been practicing for a long time, but, it's just, it comes with the nature of the game. If you guys love Ghost Recon, then this will definitely help you out. So again, you can just string all these moves together. You can roll and then cancel it out and turn it into a speed burst, and you can really go crazy. Again, guys, I've been practicing this for like almost a year. So, if I make it look easy, it's not. This is not easy stuff to do. But with practice, with determination, with confidence, you will be able to do it. And I have a friend who's actually, within like a day or two, was doing all these crazy moves that I showed him. So maybe you're the best. Maybe you'll be able to do this stuff. I'm not. It took me a long time, but it may take you guys a short amount of time. It really just comes down to how everyone's brain works. Now, the last move I'm going to show you I guess it's kind of effective. It's not really important, but, you know, I'm a Gears of War player, right? So I love wall bouncing. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically you can hit a wall and then back off of it. And it just kind of makes your character speed up a little bit. You know, let's say I'm getting shot in the back, I can just hit cover, turn around, and then mess them up. Maybe. There's like a very small chance that that will work. But regardless, it's very cool, makes your character speed up very, very quickly, and, you know, you're good to go. So, guys, now we're going to talk about how to use these moves in-game. This is where it really comes into play, you know. Let's say you're a defensive player, then cover swapping is going to work out really well for you, you know, rolling, being able to, you know, just go crazy with these moves. You can use the cover swapping and the speed bursting and the canceling out of cover to actually run away from gunfights if you have to. This stuff is so helpful. Now, let's say, you know, you want to be really, really aggressive. That works as well, too. Moving from cover to cover, canceling it out, faking people out, baiting people. All of that stuff lends itself to, you know, all of these moves lend it to your playstyle. Does that even make any sense? Regardless, you see what I'm trying to say here. These moves can be used with any type of playstyle that you want to have. If you're a supportive player, if you're going to sit back at the objective, these moves may not help you out as much. But if you're a defensive, campy, passive player, that's all good. That's your, you know, that's your prerogative, and then you can just run away from gunfights, and you could probably have like a 20 KD if you never die and use these moves effectively. Or you know, you can use these moves aggressively, get close to people, do what you have to do to make sure that you get that kill. And guys, that's really all it is. Once you understand how to use these moves, your brain will start to pick up on it, how to use them in certain situations. My advice to you in order to master these moves is to use them as much as possible. Use cover swapping, use speed bursting, use canceling cover. It's all so helpful. I mean, I've seen so many players where, you know, they'll roll and they'll try and kill a guy and then they'll just kind of stand up and try and run away and then they die because they don't understand how to use these moves. Instead, you can roll, cancel out the roll, and then speed burst. You don't even have to cancel out the roll. Just once you're prone, you can go from being prone to speed bursting. I mean, you can just move so quickly across the map. It's insane. And, you know, it's the best way to get everything done. Now, if you like this video, that's cool. Give it a like or a comment if you want to. I don't give a fuck. It's all good. You know, we're just having fun at the end of the day, guys. And, you know, if any developers see this, because I will post this on the Ghost Recon forums, I supremely hope that you understand how important these glitches are to the game. I hope you understand that, you know, the skill gap that is created from these moves makes the game so intense and so fun because it allows this huge variety of playstyles where you can have a campy, you know, passive playstyle, and then you can have this really aggressive playstyle, and these moves make the skill gap even higher. It makes competitive players love your game, and then it makes, you know, the noobs have something to strive for. As long as they know what to do, as long as it's, you know, presented to them in an easy, digestible fashion, people love this stuff. I hate this idea with games now where it's like, oh, well, we need to make the game easy. We need to make it as noob-friendly as possible. No, you don't. You can make it easy to get into, but make the skill gap gigantic. And then, you know, maybe make it noob-friendly. There's so many ways to navigate through multiplayer games to make it so, you know, newbie, you know, players are having fun while the competitive players have something to strive for. So, guys, that does it for me. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. If you don't, maybe you should rewind it. That does it for me. Take it easy. By the way, we're going to start doing Battlefield next, because I know some of you guys are like, okay, Hectic, I get it. You like Ghost Recon. You like playing the game. Time to play Battlefield. I agree with you. The patch came out. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. So we're going to get it going, if you know what I'm saying. We're going to go in on some Battlefield next. Ghost Recon will definitely be on this channel. You know, we'll just switch it up a lot, so that way everyone has a little something. Anyways, guys, take it easy. Until next time.